5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy.
Snow is falling all around me, all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season of understanding. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Oh, Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Snow is falling all around me, all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season of understanding. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Snow is falling all around me, all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season of understanding. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Snow is falling all around me, all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season of understanding. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe. Oh, Merry Christmas, Sleepy Joe.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 D-O-O-M-E-R, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on
Okie
the
dokie,
beat, boy.
boomer.
Wah dear.
Okie dokie, boomer.
Wah dear goes, pasta, President Pasta, no.
Yeah, I saw you slip pasta in at the end there.
Yeah, I had to put pasta in there. If I was gonna wear that Trump suit, I had to wear it too. So anyway, hi everybody. Hi Chanda. Hi Al.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, Anthony, Jack Sit, and Kate. Hello, Kate. How are you? Gamer,
Our early
what's
birds.
going on? Raw. What's going on, Raw? Shadow Band Refugee. Good to see you, man.
Walski's in the
Oh,
house.
Jilly. Who's over on the
Hobbs
Rockfin?
45.
Oh, my God.
Who's over on the Rockfin? Oh, I can't see that far.
I can't see that.
Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Hey, Jim. What's going on, Jim?
Jim.
Thanks for the submissions, Jim. I can't play them on YouTube. The one we're going to try and play it Monday night.
Kate's over there too.
Yeah, Kate's-
Fred. Killjoy 412.
Hey, Killjoy.
Hello.
Hey, Killjoy. What's going on?
jumping
Hobbs
on me.
45. Another KO for Derek Lewis. Kate, I'm sorry. Kate says, no, never do that reface again to Oz again. Never. Okay, boomer? Question mark.
Okay, boomer.
Okay.
He did it to himself.
I
He
did.
did.
I always do it to myself, but I'm very equitable when I do refaces, and especially on the dance off. Shanda will attest to that. That I'm very fair and I never cheat.
Yeah, he never cheats except for, I don't know.
Except for
Maybe.
maybe. We've got a big show tonight. We got got a big show tonight. How do you feel tonight, Chanda? You feel any better? You were feeling like shit earlier. So
Yeah, I'm running hard, doing the hustle and bustle, trying to pull off Christmas for all my loved ones. And I got to tell you, yesterday we had a Christmas party meeting for the first time in 2 years, almost 2 years. And it was the strangest freaking meeting I have been to. We had the chair of the Republican Party there, who's been trying to contact me for a couple of years. And just because I was a PCO, I refused to have those conversations because I didn't want the Democrats to attack me, right? I didn't want them to have fuel. And then we had a bunch of anti-vax advocates. We had a naturopath. We had a clinician. Yeah, it was all these different facets. Some were progressive, some were mainstream centrist Dems still in the party. Some were Republicans, like I said, and there was some that were identified as independent now because they don't know where they belong. And we started having the conversations of what some of what we've been fighting for looks like. The idea of it now, say Medicare for all. What does a Medicare for all at this point look like when you're handing over total control to an authoritarian government that wants everybody to be their guinea pigs? These are the type I'm like, okay, yeah, it was a great idea. And it sounded, I know the ins and outs of it. I've worked on it for 6 years. But at this moment in time, I'm just pulling back on the reins saying, whoa, there's a lot of shit changing right now. And we need to reevaluate where we're at. And it was eye-opening, I think all of us walked out of there. We felt great that we got to talk about these issues. I think a lot of people learned things they didn't know. Everybody brought their own literature, their flyers, things, sources, what they're reading, mass books. I got to take a look at the Who is Anthony Fauci book. Wow. That book is definitely worth freaking taking a look at. Yesterday, I was very impressed with what I saw.
Well, we hope to talk about that Monday. I've got to power read it like tomorrow after Amber's show with Ryan Christian, and then all day Monday.
Gosh, that's
so
tomorrow.
yeah, that's tomorrow. And you're on the card too. You're gonna have to get up, lazy butt.
Oh my God, I thought I was just stopping by the green room. I didn't realize I was doing a show with Ryan Christian tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like I'm not stressed out or unprepared.
Oh, that's all right. We'll wedge.
I didn't know I was on the card.
We'll
Okay.
wedge him in between you and Amber. So
Wow.
it'll be fun.
Wow.
That'll be
Okay.
Fun. Hey, Caledon, cat blessed. Hey, good to see you. Glad you made it. How's our sound tonight? I know my lighting's got to be better.
Do we even have sound? I
Yeah.
mean, we should start checking.
Yeah, I probably should. I've been looking like a corpse every Saturday, but I think I finally got this light thing whipped. So now I've got a little rosy in my cheeks. So that's pretty good.
Looked a little Day of the Dead,
yeah,
did you?
what can I say?
Are we over on Rumble? We are on Rumble.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Rumble.
Rumble it. It's rumbling.
Rumble away.
Rumbalaya. That's an old term. You ever hear that rumbalaya or the jambalaya or whatever?
I can make jambalaya. Actually, I lived in the South. I can make homemade gumbo, homemade jambalaya.
Yeah. Guten Abend.
That's what they make at Christmas time.
Hey, the range control. Did anyone see what happened to Steve? Yes, we did. We donated.
We did.
We donated to Steve this morning. We gave him a humble amount because we're really poor over here. But we did.
Not much better off.
Yeah, but sorry about that, Steve. And yeah,
Wow.
it looked pretty horror show, man. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah. Did you see what I tweeted? I was like, okay, motherfucker. I thought I had a bad day, but you wins hand down,
Yeah,
man.
that's a shitty day. That's for damn sure.
That's a shitty day. Yeah.
Shitty day. Hey, Snorky, good to see you, Snork. I think I clipped
Hey,
you a couple of
Snork.
times. Anthony, what's going on, man? Anybody seen SF Gamer Groot guy? There's Gamer.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Hobbs 45. I want to make sure we get everybody shouted out. And by the way, you wonderful people that give us super raise close to the end of the shows over on the Fin, we can't shout you out because they tally real slow.
Right.
And if you put them at the end of the show, we want to shout you out. So I want to give a special shout out to A-Rim, who notoriously puts them down there.
Yeah,
A-Rim,
yeah.
thank you so much. And
We
Kate
appreciate it.
and so many others that help us out. Again, it's really appreciated. So I guess we better push through the show. Oz, could you play that Julian Assange big band clip again from the opening on 12/13? You know what? Raw, I will play it Monday. Okay, if that's okay. We got such a big show today. That's a 5-minute clip. So we're gonna play it Monday for you.
Yeah,
and-
we'll open with it. Let's open the dive with it.
that-
on
we'll
Monday.
open the dive with it because it's an ongoing thing, and every
Oh,
chance.
yeah.
I like that, and I've got it transcoded now, so it actually sounds really good. So yeah,
But you can watch it over on Rockfin. You have it up individually as its own clip
it's
on
up
Rockfin.
on the Fin. It's free. You can watch it. It's a 5-minute clip, and it really gave me a lot of energy. I think it did everybody, I hope, and that's
Right.
the whole goal because everything's so shitty in this negative world. Speaking
Yeah.
of shitty, who brought this? Did you bring this or did I?
Snorky brought this. I just took this off Snorky's Twitter feed, and I can't agree more. Why do they keep fucking platforming and putting this most horrendous person out there as head of the Democratic Party when clearly 70% of the fucking country didn't vote for her? Doesn't want to vote for her, especially now.
I think they want to substitute her for Biden.
They do. It wouldn't surprise me that she's one of his main advisors behind the scenes.
I don't think they'll do it. I think it's going to be a slaughter, and whoever's going to be left holding the bag is not going to be well thought of in the future.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but thank you, Snorky, and thank you, Chanda, for bringing that breaking news. And
Chat
it's
up
not
here. Losing my
CNN.
chat.
Brother Compton J has been killing it this week. My daughter says Karen and Boomer are derogatory slurs at her school. Compton J once again. If you're being stubborn or ridiculous for no logical reason, the kids call each other boomers, she says. Well, I guess I'm proud of being a slur word now. Is that what?
That's the name of your generation. Are they supposed to change it? Let's go back in the history books for 40 years because Gen X thinks it's offensive.
Yeah.
You know, I think that if you find it offensive, you're probably a boomer. In the sense of the word of what a boomer is. And we have talked about this many times, considering what the title of our show is.
Yeah.
A boomer is a state of mind in the sense of the word that is being used in this context.
Yeah, I kind of go with both of those, Karen and Boomer, because I'm not very happy with a lot of my aged peers. I don't think I even come close to thinking like a boomer in most aspects.
No, you don't.
No.
And a lot of boomers don't. I hang out with mostly boomers, and most of them don't think this way, but they do recognize that within their generation, there is an entitlement group that has, like, the same ones, the yuppies, they were the hippies. They've all kind of morphed in, and now they're it's extremely well middle class, right?
We used to call those Reagan Democrats, I think.
Democrats. Yeah, I know you're right. That's what you call them.
I think that's what we called them anyway.
Karen is hate speech. Yeah, no, come on, Karen, guys. They're making everything hate speech. I mean, words are violence.
Yeah. I just you call me anything but late for dinner. That's where I'm at.
I've been called worse than Karen or Boomer. I promise you.
Yeah, I think shitbag is probably one of the more offensive things I've been called.
Oh, we know which words are the worst. For
women. Anyway, speaking of boomers in the derogatory sense, you gotta
look at them. They care so much about our country.
Aren't they supposed to be wearing a kente cloth when they're doing that too?
Yeah, they lost their kente cloths. Damn it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Nancy have a mask on? But like most of the people do.
I think she does.
Does she have a mask on?
I think she does. I can't tell.
Okay, she does have a mask on. It's the way the candles hit in her face.
Yeah, it is. It's
like she's not virtue signaling enough. What the hell? Get that mask on.
Is my volume better there, horny unicorn? I know I'm a little bit low.
And I'm turned down as far as I can go.
Yeah, no, I think I kicked mine up a notch. Kick it up a notch, like what's that restaurant guy?
Bam! Kick it up a notch.
Kick it up a notch. I'll have to wait and see. I hope that's.
I don't know. All those TV cooks always turn out to be D-bags.
Yeah, well, what if you call yourself a chef and you allow your food to be put in a can, you're not much of a chef. So
chef like Boyardee.
Chef. Yeah, that's the only chef that I agree with on that. What was this vigil for? I don't even know what the hell it was for.
I don't know. What was it for? I don't follow what these shitbags are doing.
I don't know either. It's just terrible. Terrible.
It's virtue signaling, whatever it is. I can just tell you.
Talk about virtue signaling. Tell me, what the hell is this shit? Beavers, Utah State set for inaugural Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. Jimmy Kimmel sponsoring a bowl in L.A. now?
Why not? Why not?
Jimmy Kimmel, is that branding or what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it again. They ruined the Memorial Gardens in Portland. They called it the Rose Garden.
Yeah,
And
I
now
remember.
now the new name is an insurance effing company.
Oh, they did that to all of
They
ours
did
in
it to all
Seattle.
of them. You
Yeah.
know, you have beautiful names for these supposedly places where people to go to be entertained and have
The
events.
Coliseum,
The Coliseum.
whatever.
It
yeah.
was the Memorial Coliseum, and they changed it to the Moda Center. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
puke, puke, puke. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
We had the Coliseum in Seattle, which got turned to the Key Arena because Key Bank owned it.
Yeah, keep it.
And of course, we had Quest Field. We've had Safeco, right? That's an insurance company. Yeah, all of ours are named after big corporations.
Yeah, I'm sick of this shit. I just am I being too is that awful?
No, it's just a sign of the oligarchs owning everything.
yeah, they own everything, and we're gonna touch on that tonight and tomorrow. Somebody give us a sound check? Are we okay?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Get what? Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Howie Hawkins and Angela Walker were a gift to the Democratic Party. I agree, Snorky. I agree. Wow, what a terrible time for the Green Party to be so weak. But we watched it in 2016, 2017, because I was involved with a lot of the lower level, like David Cobb's.
Yeah,
and
Cobb,
there was a struggle for the Green Party leading into the 2020 election, and the Howie Hawkins fashion, they were just a little more underhanded.
Yeah, they were.
Control.
Yeah, they were. Howie Hawkins. I wouldn't vote for Howie Hawkins to do much of anything.
I did vote for him, but only because who was I going to vote for?
Yeah, that would have been a write-in. I mean, something.
Well,
something,
right.
Something sparky, but I
My whole logic is, well, give it to the Green Party so they can have viability.
Yeah,
It wasn't about Howie Hawkins. It was about trying to make a third party, look like they have some viability. But the way the numbers are manipulated, they'll never hit that threshold.
Thanks.
Tell they're forced to.
Vic says, VSDM says audio is good. Thank you, Vic. Appreciate that.
Thank
much.
you, Vic.
Okay. Yeah, I have to turn my head around.
Chris Foster.
Like Linda Blair, because I've got all these things I've got to look at.
don't be puking up no pea soup.
Hey, look what I got today from Sister
Aw.
Chanda, and the tree's green, so it's chroming out. But I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna.
is.
Ah. Thank you, Sister Chanda. Chanda sent me a whole, like a survival kit with goodies and baked goods and treats and all kinds. That's so nice of you. My wife Joey absolutely loves this. She's never seen an ornament like this because we don't go out. But
Right.
that's very, very, very thoughtful. Thank you so much.
I always try to give ornaments out because, it may be something little, but people put it in their Christmas stuff. And then every year it gets pulled out and you go, oh, yeah, remember this?
Yeah, I get it. Horny Unicorn, I wouldn't vote for Dario, but I'd buy a used car from him. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I actually engineered for a summit
Probably
they
for
had
too
with the
much.
Green Party candidates there, Horny
Yeah.
Unicorn, and couldn't get Dario to use the right tech to get into the thing, and he threw a shit fit. And I don't blame him, but, he was told what to use. And I think Jimmy talked today, or Steph talked today, about this because they had a guest on, and I apologize. I know the name, but it's brain freeze. But his audio was jacked up. Audios are a nightmare. But
Yeah.
it's not it's not Steph and Jimmy's fault, because when we bring people in, we try and do a check ahead of time, but we do our best to get the audio. And you all know how I love audio, so that's it. Anyway,
Yes, we do.
I digress. Nancy Pelosi, got a question this week about stock trading, and I know you guys heard this, but I'm going to play it again.
oh.
This is funny. This is hilarious. This is so in your face, it's sickening. Just check this shit out.
In your face.
Should members of Congress and their spouses
Let me turn it up.
be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to this second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review. But if
nervous.
people aren't reporting, they should be.
Why should
Yeah.
they be banned?
Because this is a free market and people we're a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
No, you shouldn't be able to participate. Chanda, tell us how many ways that's wrong.
Oh God, she knows it's wrong. You see how fucking nervous she is? She's doing the, she knows. She's on the hot seat is what she is. But it's so corrupt that, come on, that's the most pressure she'll have on her.
No, when you have direct ability and insider information over the laws regarding companies and what they're buying and what they can do, I think that's kind of ridiculous. And that question was actually, or the response was so insulting. It's like in your face. Well, It's like we're people too. We can benefit from stock trades.
How do you expect us to survive?
Yeah, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. So that was absolutely ridiculous. And she's swigging down her vodka there. Going into that. So
House drinker?
House drinker, Nancy Pelosi.
I got a United spot on the deck.
Oh, good.
We haven't had one in a while.
This one kind of blew me up today. Former RNC head and Montana Governor Mark Reichout, is it Racote or whatever, is Raccoon, said it's inevitable that U.S. Republic will be at risk, partially due to social media. Do you buy that shit? Is it social media's fault? Or are we just calling their bullshit out?
Yeah, there's two sides to this, definitely. I mean, you're right to question it because, it's propaganda that they're spewing. I just don't, but this is from the Republican slant. So I don't know. I'd have to really...
I think
the context that he's saying. I don't know the context of what he's really saying.
I don't think the Republic is at risk because of social media. It just in the raw terms. I know what the inference is here, but I think we're challenging their propaganda, and that makes them sweat.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look at those who supposedly on the left. The big names, the TYTs and the corporate, the Pfizer-owned news companies, they don't like it. They got rid of the dislike count. By the way, there's an app that you can put in your browser that will peel that dislike button back so you can see how many dislikes.
I'm almost tempted to put it on, but I hate extensions because they fuck up my browser.
I know, and they come with malware, but I did it, and I can tell you that the dislikes for most of them are staying up where they were. So I'm confident of that. Meanwhile, down in Australia, our friends, I'm very concerned for our friends at Juice Media because of what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that they're not for long. I think they're going to. They're going to arrest them. I really do. Now, this kind of stuff is anti-government, and I hope they're staying away from the mandate issue because I guarantee you, if they say anything about the mandate issue, they're gone. So I hope I'm wrong.
That is scary for them because they are very outspoken.
Yeah, they're very outspoken. They're very on target. So let's listen to Juice Media, and I am going to hit the trigger. Tell me if you hear it.
Hello, I'm from the Australian government. The shit party.
And I'm from the Shit Like Party, your healthier choice of government.
Whatever your moles.
Sit down, you buffhead.
And together we form
the two-party system.
You might remember us from the last ad we made about preferential voting.
We hope you haven't watched it, because the last thing we want you to know is how to use it to vote for a not shit candidate at the coming election.
One who isn't owned by these guys and who'll fight for your kids' future rather than theirs.
Because if enough of you give your first preference vote to not shit candidates, some of them might win some seats and become not shit MPs.
And if that happens, this election will end up with a hung parliament.
A hung parliament is when you tell both major parties to get fucked by ensuring that neither of us wins the 76 seats required to form the next Australian government on our own.
A hung parliament sounds like a bad thing, and that's how we want you to think of it.
But a hung parliament can also sound like a good thing.
Oh my God.
Sorry. A hung parliament means that to form government, we'll be forced to negotiate with the not shit MPs you elected to the crossbench.
The crossbench is that group of seats at the bottom of the U that aren't held by either one of us.
It's where democracy happens.
Ew.
And in a well-hung parliament, a not-shit crossbench holds what's called the balance of power.
Which means that in exchange for their support, those not shit MPs will want us to adopt their not shit policies, like an anti-corruption commission, which we don't want because we're corrupt as fuck.
A transition away from coal and gas this decade, which neither of us wants because we're both captured by fossil fuel interests.
And an emissions target in line with the science instead of our shit target.
Or our shit light target. And if one of us can come to an agreement with those not shit MPs, we'd form a minority government with them.
Again, a minority government sounds like a bad thing, like it's lacking something.
But with a hung parliament, it's not size that matters, it's how you use it. The last time we had a minority government, we passed world-leading climate legislation that cut pollution for the first time in our history and created agencies that funded shit tons of renewable energy generation.
But then we got re-elected and chucked that legislation in the bin. And ever since then, we've been conducting a scare campaign about minority governments.
But when you think about it, you already have a minority government. Because the only reason the shit party here can govern is thanks to support from us, the really shit party. We call it the Coalition. Except instead of helping, it's what's made climate action impossible for the past decade with our really shit policies. And if the stooge who leads the shit party doesn't do what we say, we install a new one who will. Isn't that right, love?
Yes, ma'am. We'll open another coal mine right away.
The next election is your chance to turn the page on this shit-stained chapter of our history. Thank fuck most of you don't know how preferential voting works. Otherwise, not shit candidates would be getting way more of your votes.
Especially those running in shit party heartland seats, like this one in Kooyong, this one in Hume, in Wentworth, Goldstein, McKellar, and others where people are sick of our shit fuckery. Because since we currently hold government by only a slim margin,
and we have bugger all chance of winning enough seats to form government on our own,
that means if we lose just a few shit party seats to not shit candidates, we're headed for a hung parliament.
And if there's one thing that can fuck the two-party system, it's a well-hung parliament.
Authorised by the Department for shitting ourselves about all these independents.
Fancy that. Australia's just as fucked as we are.
Yep.
I mean, anyway, we love Juice Media. We support Juice Media. Please support Juice Media. Go see Juice Media. They actually do these ads, but they have discussions. And I don't know how their parliamentary system works, but they're basically, the citizenry is under siege there. They're putting them into COVID camps and all this kind of other
it's
shit.
so insane what they're doing to them there.
Yeah, it's coming to the United States soon. Well, and
I just got sent, there's a reporter down there, he's on the right, but he's always in the cops' faces, just like recording them, like, you don't have the right to tell me I have to put those masks on, just, there's some great video that does come out of there. Of course, a lot of it's censored, but you're not going to see that shit on the mainstream news. But it's not just Australia, we see it all over in Europe too.
Yeah, I know. It's all over, but Canada's getting real horror shows. Sister Amber was giving me a grief the other day because I was talking about moving to Canada. She goes,
I know. You told me something about going to Canada. I'm like, what? No.
After they take the government back over, but because they're never going to take this one over. It's bought and paid for. Sponsored by Pfizer. What the hell is this? Are they going to change the emoticons? I mean, no
more laughy emojis because people use them to tell somebody else that they're,
they're a joke.
Or
they're
a joke.
Yeah. They took away, I don't even remember what the emojis I used to use, but they left us with the laughy emoji. That was it. And now they're taking that away? What the hell?
Yeah, because, when somebody like one of our representatives makes a statement and they get more laughy emojis than they do anything else, it's pretty telling. Yeah, they don't want you to know.
So that's the Facebook equivalent to ratio them? And
this is basically what YouTube did with the, unlike button.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You can only like things in our world.
Yeah, only in our world. And you better join the club or you're going to be out. That's all I can say. We got some super rays over there. Anthony, Merry Christmas to all. And to all a good night, ? I'll keep those cards and letters coming, dear heart. Coming in, dear heart. Thank you all, Wolski.
Aw.
Appreciate it.
Chris Foster, you're cracking me up in the chat.
Oh, God, yeah. Chris, you are so funny.
And, I just want to say, Oz, the other day I was having a rough day. I needed gas to get somewhere. And your guys' donations saved my freaking life because right at the most needed time, a donation just rolled in out of nowhere. And I just thank you so much. You guys just don't know what it means, how it helps us. It limps us along for what we're doing, but we're going to follow our dream and keep doing this.
Yeah. And gas? We haven't got gas.
Yes. Oh my God. I know.
What the
$4 a fucking gallon at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Biden.
I know. And you know what? We can't complain compared to what they pay in the UK and other places.
No, we're spoiled. We're absolutely spoiled.
Holy crap. I've gotten gas. I filled up maybe 4 times a year. That's it. So for me to complain about this, but I had like a little bit over a third of a tank and it was $50 to fill it up.
Yeah.
I'm going, really? Wow. Yeah. Terrible. Glad I don't drive very much. What the hell is this? X-ray specs? I always wanted these so I could look at the girl next door in the nude. Did they work?
Yeah, right. As kids, we always wanted these. You had to order them out of the back of the Mads magazine.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I never ordered
It was. You could order all kinds of things out of there.
Yeah.
This is Truth Stream, Melissa Drake. And I just love her take on what this year has been like.
All right. Let's listen to Melissa.
2021 is everyone's own personal haunted house. Things that people have not wanted to deal with or face or look at. That's what's being offered up in the personalized haunted house. So it's whatever personal boogeyman or ghosts under the bed or demons or whatever it is that's haunting each specific person, and that's what they're going to see. Kind of like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters. It's just not the kind of thing you turn on a recorder and talk about. It's very personal, very spiritual, and it's just not the time. Because I really have decided that I don't want to just contribute to noise. And I don't want to spend all of my energy, which is the only true currency of this place, just reacting to every single thing. Because there's too much and you will just get burned out. It's not possible. When this channel first started, I spent a lot of time doing that. And I'm speaking only for myself here, but I spent a lot of time just kind of throwing my arrows, just shooting them out everywhere. Like this thing, and oh my gosh, it's this thing. And I mean, I didn't even realize until this decade that for like the last, I don't know, probably 5 years, I've been talking about what was getting ready to happen in this decade. In almost every single video I did for years. And I didn't even realize I was doing it because I didn't know it was, well, we know some people knew, but not everybody knew what was coming. But it still came, didn't it? And I have to say, I agree with Michael Hoffman when he talks about how if there's one thing the alternative media, and when I use that phrase, I'm talking pre-2015 alternative media, gets wrong, it is the reactionary doomspeak. That they just, everything that's wrong, they're just like, and this is wrong, and that's wrong, and look over here at this horrifying thing, and this too, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And you say all that stuff, and then at the end of the day, like, what changes? It doesn't change anything. I mean, yes, you can get some people thinking, which is at least better than nothing, but I guess I'm just to the point where I want to do something more than that.
You want to break that down for us, Chanda?
Am I here? My internet just went on.
Frozen Chanda Pops. 3 for $1. Frozen Chanda Pops. Oh, God, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I can't do this without Chanda. Damn it. She's frozen. Oh, she got small. There she is. You just turned into a hobbit. Can you hear us, Chanda? Yeah. Great. Okay. Do you need to reboot? Do you need to reset? Just come back in on the same link. I will kill the screen here and I'll entertain. I'm going to do a striptease. So here we go. Hi, guys. Let me see. Let's go here. I'm going to put a meme over here. I hope you can still hear me. We're going to run into this. And by the way, just so you guys know, we are forecast to have snow on Christmas Day. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're having internet issues tonight. Oh, happy day. Not so much. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Where are you, Oz? I'm going to put this up here. How's everybody doing there? I'm going to go here. Let's put Oz up here. Here we go. Hi, Oz. God, there's a big Oz. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk Oz. Anyway, Spock and Spock came back. I came back from the future to tell you we still haven't found evidence of Russian collusion. We haven't found evidence of Russian collusion. As a matter of fact, all that Russiagate shit's been debunked. So while we wait for Chanda, I'm going to find a movie to watch. Oh, no. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. What do we got here? I think Fred, can you hear me? Hey, Steve, what's going on? Fred? Do I need to punch the Rockfin again? I think it went down. So tell me if you can hear me, guys. Let's do some tech check in the middle of the dang show. Oh, shit. Am I still here? Wow. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this because it's not my setup.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. Maybe I took you down when I crashed.
I don't know, but let me get the audio set here. Okay, I think we're back. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me.
I can hear you. No audio, Gamer says.
It's coming.
We're back. Audio,
it's back.
question
it's,
mark.
I'm gonna punch the rock fin now. I'm gonna hit it
Punch
again.
the rock fin.
I'm punching the rock fin.
See if this baby will fly.
See if the baby will fly, and I'll reset the stage.
I gotta tell you, I love our new roarmedia.org logo. It's beautiful. Amber did a great job.
Yes, she did. And I think
I can hear you.
Tommy,
can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I think we're back. We're back. We're bad. We're not. We're pissed. CIA. I'm going to blame it on the CIA.
Yeah, that was weird. They took me down and then they took you down.
Yeah, they took us both down. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha. Hee hee ho.
Yeah, we know that.
We know that. Anyway, moving right along. What do we have? Cold Fusion here.
Cold Fusion. So this is newest robot from Hanson Robotics.
Oh, cool. It's too bad I lost most of the show.
Yeah, let me go catch up with where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, there we are.
Okay, we're here. We got Hanson Robotics. Let's play that while I get everything else that's
Yeah, you go ahead and play this and get things dialed back in.
Okay.
You're watching the new robot called Amica. The robot, Amica, is a clever demonstration of what's possible in robotic realism today. The motion sequence was pre-programmed, but in my opinion, that doesn't really matter. By far, the most difficult part is making the motion seem fluid and realistic, and that's been achieved here. To make the robot react to something in real time may prove trivial in comparison. To online onlookers, Amica looks so realistic that many viewers thought that they were watching CGI, but it is indeed real. As some of you may remember in my 2018 video on the most realistic robots, the previous contender for the most fluid motion was the Shaman robot by Disney. And on this note, Disney are the masters of robots and animatronics in terms of realism. They really are incredible and do push the state of the art. They've got stunt robots, robots with incredible detail and lifelike movements, and even a research free-roaming robot. Just take a look at some of these.
Real.
Not animation, that's real.
That's a stunt robot, yeah. I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time. It's advanced quite a bit.
Yeah, this actually I went. My mic's too loud.
Although
now.
these animatronic and robotic characters are
finish.
incredible, Disney isn't exactly selling this technology to the masses. Engineering Arts, however, is going for a completely different approach. After working on the problem of robotics for over a decade, they're focused on making it easier to program movements, animations, and interactions. A set of integrated platforms streamline all aspects of robotics, from the facial animation and motion down to the modules of hardware that clients can use to build custom robots. The company is making the robot available for purchase, and it can also be rented for events, but the price is yet to be listed.
What Aram say?
Aram says the Biden model is a few generations back.
That was good, Aram.
They're very lifelike. I mean, it's scary. I mean,
it is scary.
Very lifelike.
Yeah. You guys see us? Or are we still okay?
It doesn't matter what you feel about any of this because it's happening, and that is the future.
Yeah, I have to say it's scary out there, and Disney, I don't know what kind of money we're talking about, but everything's making me crazy. Let me just move on. I want to do a show about AI and robots. Can we start doing that? Somebody? Amber, please?
Oh yeah, we need an Amber type show for AI and robots.
So she can depress us while we're doing everything else. I don't think we're going to crash again. Did I just jinx us?
I hope not.
But
we did a hard reboot. So.
But honestly, when the internet gets glitchy, the machine pukes. And what happened was your internet got a little bit glitchy, and then I think it went down the line because you're like an hour and a half away from me, hour and 15 minutes. And so, yeah, it got glitchy. I apologize for that, everybody.
Well, it's been storming pretty bad here all day.
The rain's been horrible, and excuses. I'll have to stitch the whole show back together. But I'll do that tomorrow. But thank you to everybody who stuck around. We appreciate it. Wadir said we got your back.
Yeah, we do appreciate you guys hanging in there during our technical difficulties, whether they're ours or not.
One of the things I'm going to tell you guys right now, one of the things that will help us out a lot, we're going to have to do a caster restream or an IO restream because I can't punch out, all these lines anymore. I'm going to have to just do one or two. And because every time the internet gets a little glitchy, for any of you guys that are engineering out there, if you're running multiple streams, this is the problem, I believe, is that when you run more than 2 or 3 streams, depending upon your internet service, if you got fiber, I think it's okay. But when you only got 40 up, it thins that beam down and it screws you up. So I'm going to stop that.
Not like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm going to stop that. We're going to start just streaming to roarmedialive and Rockfin and Rumble, I think, for now. That's what we're going to do until we get an IO restream, just so you know.
Yeah.
Because
they're spendy, so once we're
we want to do Twitch too because
Twitch
Twitch is really good, but I think that's the problem. So speaking
thins
from
it out. I agree.
From the boomer tech, from the mouth of the boomer tech.
We
would know. I think. Anyway, you brought Russell Brand. What's this all about?
I did. If you haven't heard what's going on in India, Bill Gates got in a little bit of trouble over there, and they rose up and said, F you.
They kicked him out of there, didn't they? And Chanda just froze again. So,
yeah.
Okay, you're back. Let's watch it. You did freeze. but
Okay.
you're back. We got you. We got you, sister.
Must be my internet up here. I don't know.
Yeah, both of ours are getting punked. Okay, here we go. And it's punking me here, too. Okay.
The Great Reset, the globalist agenda, a relentless march towards tyranny where ordinary people are mercilessly crushed. Except in India, a valuable victory has been won by their farmers. Protest is the only way forward. Standing up to power is the only hope we have. Let's have a closer look at it. Hello there, you 4.5 million wonders, and a particular welcome to those of you in India, from India, connected to India. And those of you in England, if you are in England, come see me between January and May. I'm performing live all over the UK, particularly in Hammersmith, early February, and all sorts of places in the south. There's a link in the description. Now, some positive news. We hear again and again how the globalist agenda, the relationship between governments, big business, and a corrupt media are able to crush any dissent. How there is no consent in the way the world is organised. Well, now, after years of protest, it seems a historic victory has been achieved by Indian farmers coming together against you-know-who. What kind of interests are operating in India? They're names that are continually on our lips. Big business, corporation, big tech, curiously, and of course, you know, oddly, Bill Gates is even involved in this story, but when isn't he? Let's have a little look. Workers' rights activists around the globe rejoiced after Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that his government will repeal 3 corporate-friendly agricultural laws that the nation's farmers have steadfastly resisted for more than a year. SKM, a coalition of over 40 farmers' unions that led the protests, called the development a historic victory for those who struggled resolutely, unitedly, continuously and peacefully for 1 year so far in the historic farmer struggle. For over a year, CNN reported, Indian farmers have fought the 3 laws which they said leave them open to exploitation by large corporations and could destroy their livelihoods. While Modi claimed the legislation will unshackle millions of farmers and help them get better prices, small farmers expressed alarm about the legislation, saying that the changes make them vulnerable to competition from big business and they could eventually lose price support for staples such as wheat and rice. Beginning last September, farmers from regions of India that are major producers of wheat and rice blocked railway tracks, which was followed by larger nationwide protests, including some that use trucks, tractors and combine harvesters to block highways leading to New Delhi, the nation's capital. If you ever do want things to change, you have to operate outside systemic means, because the system, obviously, as you already know, is designed to sustain itself. So change will come from outside of the system using tools and means that the system rejects. It can't ever be violent, obviously for moral and ethical reasons, but also because those techniques and methods don't work because the system knows how to deal with violence. You're under arrest, you're going to prison, we're going to be violent towards you. State violence is now further legitimised. That's why the non-violent movement, which of course emerged from that country under Gandhi, is so ingenious, because it does provide a solution. So in a sense, it's not surprising that the country of Gandhi is one that is able to confront this new colonisation the same way that they confronted colonisation in its former form under British imperialism. But
Hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think that India is doing the right thing, don't you?
Hell yeah, they are. Heck yeah. You know, their preventative care, you know, they send out treatments and yeah, no, they've done it right.
They're trying to, anyway.
With the I word that we're not allowed to say over here on the
Yeah, we're not allowed to say it. How's everybody doing? We holding up here?
We're having a glitchy, hard night, so hang in there with us. My internet's bouncing hard for some reason.
Yeah, I think I've got this one stabilized as long as it doesn't go down again. Our sister, Irish Dim Sum, tweeted this one out. This week they shelved Build Back Better, killed the child tax credit, killed the child. I thought they were like harping on that. Mocked the idea of sending Americans a quick at home COVID test and signaled that instead of being forgiven, as promised, student loan repayments will start again next month. Now that's leadership. I absolutely agree. Don't you think that's great leadership, Chanda? They're going to get fried.
They shelved it.
They
shelved it because Joe Manchin apparently has more power than Joe Biden.
They can shove it up their ass because they're going to get slaughtered in 22 and 24, we keep saying, and so do many of our sisters and brothers. Comrade Misty Putin responded to Walker Bragman. What is that? Is that guy a reporter? I think he works for something. I don't know.
Yeah. It seems like I recognize.
And somehow we're back to austerity, and Comrade Misty Putin goes in only the way Comrade Misty Putin can say, duh. Anyone with half a brain cell knew that was what voting for Biden would lead to. Abso-frickin-lutely, Misty, and I just want to show everybody, this is what happens with capitalism. This is... You just keep chasing that almighty dollar, and it's going to lead you right into a grave. So there you go. That's just the way it is.
That's a great little gift you got there.
Did I do that? I didn't do that. Did I do that?
Oh. I didn't put it there.
Oh, well, then I guess I did do that.
Or maybe Linda did.
Maybe Linda. I think Linda did that. That looks like a Linda.
Probably Linda.
Probably Linda. I love this meme. You brought this.
Every time they come for me, I win. It's true. Congrats to Shama. Her big party is tomorrow at Chop Suey, Seattle in the afternoon.
Oh, cool. I wish I could go.
I know, me too.
Damn.
I haven't been to Chop Suey since I was in my 20s. It's an infamous kind of bar. And
yeah, Chop Suey. You brought this really nice one from Sister Fiorella.
Sister Fee. She says, the U.S. national security state apartheid is killing Julian Assange, and the paid propagandists are staying silent because they're not really journalists, but coward public relations talking heads.
Out of the park. And then here's that logo that you're talking about right here, right up here in the corner.
Yeah, I love that new logo. Great job, Amber. It's beautiful. It really pops.
Yeah.
And she looks like my kitten who's ready to play. She's like the playful kitten. Like, come here. I'll tear you up.
She looks like she's getting ready to eat.
I know. That's what I say. She looks like she's gonna tear you up. I thought this was interesting. I saw this is the Sydney Morning Herald, and this was yesterday and today. And it asks, do you support the calls for WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to be brought back to Australia? So brought home. And 71% of Australians said yes, or polled, right?
Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer, I would think. Yeah, they don't. So 71%. And
so his own people, stand against this.
Yeah.
It's the government's.
Yeah, it's the government's. We're just it's just a shit show.
Well, we just talked about how fucking corrupt Australia is.
Oh yeah, horrible. This one from Chinky over there at TY Twerps. Deregulating giant corporations so they can abuse their workers and hurt nearby communities is not an outsider position. It is the single most insider position. Same with lower wages and less health care and less paid family leave. Beware of right-wingers bearing populist gifts. What the actual
the setup. This is the setup for him to spin around and call all of us that are on the left of him fucking right-wing supporting Republicans. This is what's coming. This is going to be the Hillary riff that we had in 2016, but now it's going to be, we're right-wingers. We're all going to get called right-wingers. I already see it. I'm already getting called it.
Well, this is how things like Chink said
Jimmy's
everybody.
A right-winger.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, right-winger. Take your right-winger and shove it up your ass. We're pure populists as far as we give a shit about our sisters and neighbors. We're going to talk to them. And you can lie, and you can call them names, and you can insinuate shit all day long, Sinky. We're not buying anymore. So you better pack your bags, take your Katzenberg money, and shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Now, this was a new thing that I got this week. Heads up. Conversations like this can be intense. Don't forget, the human being is behind the screen.
Because they know. The algorithm's telling him this guy is full of shit and he's probably going to get jumped on.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at, everybody. They've got algorithms. They got AI in there, which they use their algorithms to figure out someone's popularity now. Yeah. So they're throwing up, little
this
barriers.
Guy's got a blue check. We must protect him.
Yeah. He's making us money or whatever. Absolute horseshit. Just can't believe it. And you brought let's go Brandon here
Let's go,
Let's go, Brandon.
This is kind of just a weird compilation video.
Okay.
I thought it fit in well with B&B.
Okay.
So I wrote this book to tell other kids, because there's lots of kids who don't know what it's like.
They hear these words that mean nothing to them, like,
Hey up, big guy.
there's one thing we know for sure.
Where's the rest of it, Warren?
I would always be honest with you.
I should be prosecuted.
The truth shall set you free.
I encourage everyone to wear a mask when they're indoors in a crowded circumstance.
He's got a forehead like a drive-in movie theater.
No, it is. That's the truth.
I know, it's crazy. Did I hear a laugh over there?
I've received an awful lot of wonderful honors all my career.
I can't comment because I don't know.
Goofy bastard.
I have to laugh at that.
Crazy world.
I mean, the guy's walking the streets. I'm kissing him.
All of this is confusing to a lot of people. But if it's confusing to you, let me close with this simple message.
Let's go, Brandon.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go, Brandon.
We can't win. I got to tell you. I think it was pretty right on. Very nice, Chanda.
Yeah.
I liked it. What do we got here? LA Times. What are they going to lie about? Or are they going to tell the truth today?
Oh, okay. So this is the start of our little COVID section.
Okay. Not going to get us taken down tonight, right? We've already been taken down once.
No, but I just want to ask. So your take on this, and with the new variant that's coming, do you think that things should be more stringently locked down and maintained and controlled? Obviously not. Or do you think they have justification to give us more restrictions at this point?
No, I don't think they've got justification.
Okay, well, now they're testing kids that have came into contact with other kids, and it's mandatory.
I knew you were going to piss me off tonight.
I know.
Over the past few months, CDC has collaborated with school districts across the country to evaluate a new strategy known as Test to Stay. Test to Stay protocol, there's increased testing of close contacts after a COVID-19 exposure. And that testing needs to be at least twice during the 7-day period after exposure. If exposed children meet a certain criteria and continue to test negative, they can stay in school instead of quarantining at home.
Okay. So basically, if one kid in a class had tested positive, they would quarantine the whole class for 10 days, is basically kind of what they've been running on. So now the new policy is if one of the kids in the class has it, they test all the other kids. If they test negative, they can stay, but they got to be tested twice in 1 week. Kids. We're talking about kids.
So even though they don't have to drill a hole in their head anymore, they can just do the light swab. It's twice a week testing, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's look down the line at all the people that make money off that test. The testing kits, those are money. The lab that fucking is doing the testing, that is money, right? This is just money all the way around. I'm sure the schools are getting grants for these. If they're in the schools,
Oh, they are.
Why?
They're getting, yeah.
Why?
They're getting subsidized.
I don't understand why, especially with what, it feels like is happening. This is authoritarian control. It's insane to me.
Okay, now I could be wrong about this. I don't know if I am. Maybe our chat knows. But aren't there subsidies going to all these pharmacies around the country that allow
everybody's getting subsidies. Everybody.
So this is why my pharmacy's sacrificing services just to get my goddamn prescription through the drive-through so they can run more people through that drive-through to get tested.
To get tested, to get it itself, you know, they
So
do them right
it's-
there on the site.
So it's better to put them through the drive-through and test them than have them come through inside the building to test. I kind of agree with that. So
I don't know if they're testing through the windows. I just know that the pharmacies have been an effing nightmare since this hit, and they're just getting worse.
Well, I believe they're testing through the windows. They just send a little vial out, and you got to swab your nose while they watch
Well,
you.
that
and
would
drop
make
the vial.
sense. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not terrible, but you need to compensate for it. And these big corporations aren't. They're putting the extra workload on the same amount of people, if not less, because of the mandates. People are being fired,
or they quit. They walk.
or they quit. Everywhere I've gone, I mean, you know, my partner is on a lot of medications for his heart after his heart attack, and we had to change pharmacies because our Rite Aid became so incompetent. They never had the medication. They couldn't fill it on time. We're fighting insurances. He moved to Safeway. We haven't had a problem in the last few months. I mean, it's so nice not to have to stress about going days without because your pharmacy is incompetent.
But Safeway doesn't have a drive-through for the most part.
They don't. And that's the problem is you got to walk in and they're always busy, wait in line forever, but you have to wait in line forever everywhere up here because we're a retirement community.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, I don't want to dwell on that too much, but the subsidies are coming, and it seems like they're making stuff more.
Well, and you know what the big push is on a lot of this? They're like, oh, it's free. It's free.
It's not free.
And I'm like, it's not free. We're paying for it. Stop saying it's free.
Yeah, okay.
Like, oh, you right winger, shut the hell up.
Yeah, we need to investigate this more. I love this. This is Fauci's.
I stole this from Luke Wadowski. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Nothing says trust the science. I actually had this in my deck to put in there, so we're thinking along the same lines, like asking for data to be hidden for 75 years. Why should they ask to have data hidden for 75 years? What about transparency do these assholes get?
They want to make sure everybody involved is dead before it's told the tale of what actually happened. Look at Kennedy.
I know.
Kennedy. It's going to be 100 years before they tell us the CIA killed him.
Well, yeah, it is because there'd be a revolt, right? So
would there? Well, maybe it's still there's still quite a few of the older generations still alive.
Well, the Lawyers Guild would have a field day, I'm sure.
I've been a little disappointed with the Lawyers Guild the last couple of years. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're out on the streets, on the front lines whenever there's any kind of, physical thing. But they've done some questionable shit, just like the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah, I know. You can't win.
ACLU. Yeah, no.
Did you bring a rising to Beauty and the Boomer?
I did. I'll pay my $1. Where do I got to pay?
Where's your cuss jar at?
My raising $1.
It's Kimmy though, right? It's Sister Kim.
It's Kim. Come
Kim.
on.
We cut her slack a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, not much.
I would never bring a grim job.
Yeah,
I never do that to you.
No, I personally, I like Kim Iverson, and we don't agree all the time, but at least she talks and she's willing to talk. So, yeah. No, that's great. What pull the lever? Is that what you're asking?
Is COVID over? Is basically what she's asking. What's happening?
Okay.
Kim, what's on your radar?
Well, Robbie, this one actually kind of piggybacks on what you were talking about in your radar earlier today. So I think that we are both very incensed about the continued mandates. So I do want to go over this article by CNBC that came out yesterday titled, "The Pandemic Could End in 2022. Here's what normal life might look like soon, according to medical experts." And normal is in quotes. So get ready for what this is about to tell us. The article says, experts say that COVID will likely lose its pandemic status sometime in 2022, due largely to rising global vaccination rates and developments of antiviral COVID pills that could become more widespread next year, and that the virus will likely become endemic, eventually fading in severity and folding into the backdrop of regular everyday life. Now, I also want to point out that it could also become endemic because more and more people have been infected in the world. And also Omicron is so far showing to cause mild COVID in both vaccinated and unvaccinated people. So it really could just become like the annual flu. And this article points that out. The article says COVID will probably become much like the flu, which is still dangerous for some people. The flu does kill anywhere from 30,000 to 75,000 people annually in the United States, most of whom are elderly, pregnant women, and even some children. Now, this is extremely tragic, but most of us don't worry about getting the flu. We don't want to get it. We're certainly not seeking it. But when we do get it, we're not worried we're going to end up hospitalized or dead, even though some people do die from influenza. Okay, so once it becomes like the flu, what's life going to be like? Well, CNBC reports that if the virus does become more seasonal, then here you go, Robbie, wearing a mask on public transit and indoors during COVID season could become the norm.
And
okay, so we are on YouTube tonight. So I'm going to save my in-depth analysis of what I feel like is going on with the pandemic on Monday's Rockfin portion of the dive. So you'll have to join us then. We got changes coming, and I don't know, is it going to be for the good? Yeah, I think so. But they're not going to let go of this authoritarian hold that they have on us. Hell no, are the Dems going to let go of it, especially coming into the elections that they're looking at?
No, they're gonna bait everybody against their neighbors. I think most of our brothers and sisters agree.
Yep.
They're gonna find some way to try and make us hate the person down the street that's got the flag in their front yard or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, Again, it's nuts. And on the Monday dive, we're going to hopefully be talking. We're going to have a pretty big, I think we're going to have a good size Rockfin section on Monday night. So please join us Monday night, 7 p.m. For the evening dive. We have, this meme freaked me out. This looks like it's from that movie I saw back when I was a kid, THX. Yeah, I think with Robert Duvall.
We did it because we wanted to travel. We wanted to be free, they said.
So does that mean that we're going to put those little chips in our skin too? So
Jimmy was talking about it today. You know, everybody thinks you're a fucking conspiracy theorist and that, you're not being shot up with, chips. Well, no, you don't have to be. They're everywhere.
No.
You're already packing them around.
Yeah, I mean, the same technology's in your phone to pay, right? You just put your phone up or you swipe your card or, whatever the hell it is. So let's just make it easy and just stick it under your skin so you don't have to carry the phone around anymore. So
right.
I don't know. Here you go.
And, like my son's like ready for it. He's like, oh, Mom, that'd be so convenient. I just wave my hand over stuff and I'm done. No.
Oh, my God. Talk to that young man.
Boy, I taught you better than that.
Yeah. You brought this. Just a thought.
Just a thought. Being a conspiracy theorist is spending endless hours for years and years gathering as much information as possible from as many resources as possible, and then critically thinking about what that information means, then having people do nothing but watch TV tell you, you're crazy.
Yeah, and a big percentage of those are watching CNN and MSNBS.
Right.
Or they're watching The Bachelor or The Voice or any of that other stuff. That's fine.
Well,
whatever.
There's like the Hunter Biden thing. I'll never forget that because I just read I think it was a 78-page Senate hearing committee report. And I'm sitting at them's headquarters and Hunter Biden comes up and I'm talking about his connections to Burisma with somebody. And these war hawkish freaking Hillary, pantsuit nations were just absolutely adamant that never happened. I'm like, it's in official Senate hearing papers. What are you talking about?
I know.
You can give them the facts, and if they don't want to listen, they won't. We know this.
I'm thinking the blue MAGA is worse than the red MAGA has ever been.
Blue MAGA is definitely, but red MAGA, and I think blue MAGA got worse because of red MAGA. Can I tell you that Trump derangement syndrome has really morphed into what we're seeing now with this authoritarian left and people like we're going to talk about a little further down the deck and losing their shit and not questioning anything that's going on because they're living in fear.
Yeah. We've got, what do we have now? We've got TDS, DDS, CDS, COVID derangement syndrome.
CDS,
and they're all syndromes. And actually, I think it's just mental illness. I really like this meme you brought.
What is this? Now hiring resistance is working. Hospitals regret firing workers for refusing the jab and are now hiring them back. Yeah, a little bit regretful.
And that's December 14th.
There's going to be a lot of people regretful. There's going to be a lot of people. I feel for the people 20 years from now who are going to face the terrible problems because they wanted to be safe and be able to go out, right?
Firing workers. This pissed me off, just this title. Firing worker, that was the problem with the drugstore because all my pharmacy staff walked off the job when the mandates come.
Yeah.
Are they hiring them back? I mean, what do you do? Sorry. Will you come back to work? I mean, fuck you, man. You shit on these essential workers, grocery workers, and this crap with this murdering those people down at the Amazon warehouse last week because they wouldn't let them go home with the storm. That's
we haven't covered that, but I was fucking livid.
Horrible.
If they didn't clock out, they were fired.
Yeah. Mr. Penis Rocket is up in space having a great time, and meanwhile, he's not letting any of his employees go home. It's sick. Anyway, I digress again. I'm getting pissed.
Oh, but everybody blames that on the managers. You can't blame that on Bezos.
Bullshit. That's their policy.
Bullshit.
I was in management. I know what those assholes say.
Shit rolls downhill.
You got it, man. Oh, you can't let them go home. This ticked me off. God, I'm bringing the hate tonight. I'm sorry. I should be nicer. Mehdi Hassan says, whether it's RFK Jr. or the hosts on Fox, they'll make sure they're safe and vaccinated while making sure their followers aren't. It's pretty gross. And this was in response to Robert F. Kennedy taking precautions for his family and friends and everything else. But Mehdi blew this up into that comment, and I think it was a shitty comment because he's likening RFK to Fox. I responded with this. Show some journalistic class and integrity and ask RFK Jr. on. If you are not inclined, you may want to stop embarrassing yourself by saying things about people without them being present to respond to your opinions, Mr. Mehdi. My children know this is ethical standard. Pretty gross, sir. Do you think that was a fair response?
Oh, yeah. He has been all over, puking all over all kinds of shit this week. I think he's just trying to get clicks, right?
Yeah, this is trying to
make
clicks.
himself relevant.
Yeah, because he'll support Assange on one hand and then he'll shit on RFK on the other.
Yeah.
Just all over the place.
It was a backhanded bullshit that he put out this week. Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier.
It's just like that pig over at TYT, with his horse shit, the right wingers, Fox, all these people. I have no love for any of these people either in their perch, in their ivory towers. But my neighbors down the street who have an ideology that's not the same as mine, I want to be talking to these people because in the end, they're the ones I'm going to have in my back. At least
you're going to be standing shoulder to shoulder with your neighbor, not with, the Republican congressman.
I'm waving my hands. This is when I get pissed. But that's because Chanda was waving her hands in the previous one. Let me get that up there again so we can see that. You're doing it right there with the little fire or the electric.
Yeah, get the fire going.
Yeah, but that's we have got to, these oligarchs, these privileged people of the press who don't give a shit about anything but themselves and their paycheck and everything else. We have got to talk to our neighbors. We have got to be in solidarity with the same people who are getting bent over and screwed and killed and murdered and put out of work and put on the street, because these privileged fuckers are going to be the end of us unless we get up and do something about it now. They're already burning the planet up. They're not going to get us our health care. They're already messing with us with mandates and jabs, good or bad, whatever. Bad on mandates. I'm not going to say anything about it. We got to stop this shit because it's a big club, baby. We ain't in it. That's all I'm saying. We're not in that club. We are not in that club.
That's right.
Let's move on so I don't take up more time. I love this. You brought this, right? You aren't a capitalist, right?
No, you're not a capitalist. You're a wage slave with Stockholm Syndrome, and you really got a bad case of Stockholm Syndrome right now.
Oh, God, do we have a bad case of that? And who is this? You introduced me to this person. Tell us about this.
Right. Okay, so this is, what's her name?
Angry at the World?
Angry at the World. No, can't remember her name. And now I can't pronounce it as a thing. I can visualize it. Anyways, she was on the far left, right? She's part of the LGBT community for many years. She's a lesbian woman, is how she identifies. But she has had it with the fucking bullshit that she sees happening within her own movement. And she's calling it out, kind of like how we started with calling the bullshit out with the Bernie movement. And then now we're calling out our fellow leftists. I see her doing this in her space. And some of the things she talks about, because I'm telling you, as a boomer and as a Gen Xer, I don't spend no time on TikTok. I have no use for TikTok. I see how the world's going to shit on TikTok. But there's definitely a cultural generation far different than the boomers on TikTok. And some of the things that they believe is fucking mind blowing. And this thing is capital letters are now offensive.
What?
So, yeah. So in Canada, doctors are saying that it's like a sign of superiority, I guess, is how you would say it. So they don't want you to capitalize like the D and the R on doctor. So I'll just let you play this and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I do want to talk about this. I think this is going to hit.
Also, apparently, capital letters are oppressive. Capital letters. You heard me right. Capital letters are oppressive now. Of course, this comes out of a Canadian university. I'm not surprised. Canadian University Department drops capitalization to resist acknowledging oppressive power structures. Listen to this. An academic at a Canadian university joined the lowercase movement. That just sounds very unappealing. To fight against the oppression of Indigenous people, she announced. We resist acknowledging the power structures that oppress and join the movement that does not capitalize. The capital letters that they're talking about, by the way, are for things like doctor. The academics' resistance to capital letters comes from the discovery of more than 1,000 unmarked graves at a Canadian residential school where many Indigenous people were forcibly sent to assimilate Indigenous children into a Euro-Canadian culture. Okay, like, what does that do for the actual Indigenous people? How does that help anything? It doesn't. It's just moral superiority complexes. It's just, look how good I am. Look how nice of a person I am. I'm uncapitalizing my D in doctor. Okay, let me see what this is. Dr. Linda Meniguns. That's her name, Meniguns. Wait, her whole name is lowercase. That's a great name, by the way, but it looks really weird when it's lowercase. She joined the lowercase movement to reject the symbols of hierarchy wherever they are found and will not use capital letters except to acknowledge the Indigenous struggle for recognition. I'm done. Dr. Meniguns, I think that if you drop your terrible, pointless ideals, I think we would really like you just for your name alone in the United States. Dr. Meniguns. It's almost too perfect. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is the most ridiculous new form of oppression that you've heard over the past 2 years?
Virtual groping.
Virtual groping. Yeah, okay. That's another one. Yeah, these crazy things. And I love, as F. Thomas says, don't tell Sesame Street. Yeah, they might have a problem.
They might have a problem. Yeah, for sure. Hey, everybody over at the Natural Progressive, I just got the screen back up over there. I apologize, but I have an announcement. We're going to only be streaming to roarmedialive, Rumble, and Rockfin until we can get an IO Restream account. So if you guys want to check us out, we'd love to have you come over and join us. If you're going to go to YouTube or Rockfin,
please follow us over there.
Follow us over there, and I'll talk to Chris this week and tell her. I think. Yeah,
we just don't have the bandwidth. We're
getting too taken down. And Lightning Rod and Catalytic Centaur, really enjoy your company. We just. And Kate's been over there too, but we're going to have to narrow the bandwidth down. So anyway, moving right along. We have this. Is this Tucker and Hunter?
Tucker and Hunter. You know, I heard a crazy story about Tucker and Hunter Biden being really good friends. Makes you wonder. Yeah. I want to get some more info on it before I report on it. But yeah, apparently they have a good friendship. Feeling insecure about your masculinity? Ask your therapist if manly glamour shots is right for you.
That's a manly glamour shot?
Manly glamour shots.
Oh my God.
Look like you're out in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah. Those aren't even.
I own a flannel, so I'm down to earth.
Yeah. Those aren't even. We used to have Pendleton flannel shirts that were the bomb back when I was growing up. But
I got my grandma's Pendleton blanket.
Oh my God.
I just got it this year.
Yeah. Those are just whatever. Anyway, you brought Bunny Joe here. What the hell is this? United?
This is our United spot. You're gonna have to turn it up. I haven't been bringing them because their audio's been so low on their recordings, but I think this one will work.
God, I'm audio challenged.
I know.
Wow.
There
it is. The official Red Rittenhouse AR-15. When I grow up, I'm gonna make that illegal. So, what do you want for Christmas, Joe? I don't care. As long as it's made in China, that shouldn't be a problem. Fauci, what do you want for Christmas? I want everyone to do what I say. You boys just make sure not to get on the naughty list. Yeah, well, if I get on the naughty list, I'll just pay someone to take me off. That's my boy. Oh, Joe. Another mask, please. Another one? Yes. You can never be too safe. Hey, Hillary, what do you want for Christmas? I want to be president. What about you, Kamala? I want magical knee pads. It'll take me to the top. Hey there. Hey, Obama. Joe, are you still running for class president? Yeah. I wanted to be president. Hey, Joe, can I be your vice president? That's up to Obama. Obama, can I? If you both do what I say, I'll make it happen. You have to do what I say, too. So all I gotta do is stick my tongue on a frozen pole, and I can be your vice president? Yep, that's what Obama said. I ain't never stuck my tongue on a cold pole before. We're here live next to a warm pole.
I just touched it, and the pole is really hot.
Someone is about to lick a very warm pole. Yes, that! Oh, damn it! I thought Obama was talking about my frozen pole. All right, the secret Dominion decoder ring. It came. All right, everyone. The secret Dominion decoder ring letters are F-U-J-O-E-B-I-D-E-N. Good luck. So the first letter is L, second letter is third letter is M. Oh man, what's it spelled? Let's go, Brandon. Who the hell is Brandon? Ugh. Did you just take a crap on my knee? Come on, kid, hurry up. What do you want for Christmas, kid? I forgot. All right, get him off my lap. Wait. I want to be president. You'll screw up America, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, can we open up presents now? Hey, Joe, you missed a present over there. Where'd you get him? Don't worry about it. Wow, a get out of jail free card. I have a feeling he's gonna need that.
Jeez.
They wish. They wish. Come on.
These guys are the worst. I love
Well, yeah, they did introduce some articles of impeachment, or they're passing something for impeachment. But come on, it's just going to be the same shit that we just went through with Trump for 4 years, right?
That's the game. That's
the game. That is
if
the
it
game.
Isn't
You impeached our guy, so we're going to impeach your guy.
It's Benghazi. It's Russiagate. It's whatever the hell.
They can distract with. It's a distraction.
Yeah, it is. It is. You brought this, and I agree 100%.
YouTube removed the dislike button because they are losing control of the narrative. It's that simple. It is. Some of you are going to keep trusting the government until your pronouns are was and were.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Catalytic Centaur, yeah. The time signature is running about 2 minutes behind over there, best I could tell. Like I said, we're sorry. Sorry.
We had glitches all night. This guy's a topic near and not dear to my heart. I hate this guy's guts. He's as much a criminal as Rumsfeld and Cheney put together. Rahm Emanuel. Yes, he is. God.
3 Senate Democrats voted against confirming Rahm Emanuel as Japan ambassador, and of course it's going to be Warren of Massachusetts, Markey of Massachusetts, and Merkley of Oregon. They are Markey and Warren, whatever, and Merkley. What did they get, the short straw or whatever? Is that what?
Yeah,
they did?
right. It's your turn.
It's your turn to take some heat from some people. But Rahm Emanuel doesn't deserve anything. He's a crook. He's a liar. He covers up murder. Was that the Laquan murder that he covered up in Chicago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's everything that's.
Oh, he's corrupt to the core. It wasn't him who said never miss the opportunity to take a disaster and make it profitable or some shit like that.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, Hi, Lucky. Hi, Steve. I don't think I shouted Lucky and Steve out earlier. I apologize. There's been a
I meant to shout them out, and I just want to say I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, Groot. I sent you a Christmas card, and it came back because I buff on Good the address. I hope you got our gifty for being on the Halloween show. This was going around a lot the last couple of hours.
Yeah, I saw it.
Sister,
what? I can't hear you.
Sister Joy Gray. Everybody put this up, but I just picked hers. I want to know who the real president of this country is, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin, and it seems the question was so difficult to answer. Simone Sanders stepped in and tried to end the interview. So let's give this a listen. I'm going to have to mess with the sound here again.
Who's the superhero that's going to speak against Joe Manchin? I want to know who the real president of this country is. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I'll send the vice president. It's Simone. I'm so sorry, Charlamagne.
She can hear me.
Charlamagne knows.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Madam Vice President?
Watch it.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
They're acting like they can't hear me.
They're acting like they can't hear me.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne.
It's Joe Biden. I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden. And I'm vice president. My name is Kamala Harris. And
all right.
Yeah, that is just so cringe.
Yeah, it's pretty cringe. That's very
cringe.
Very vice presidential of her.
She's all trying to get her, no, don't you even question me. Like, don't even at all.
Look, Joe.
I'll shut you down.
Look, Joe, we did it. Look, Joe.
You're a Republican.
I know.
You totally tripped your cat. So, yeah, this goes into the narrative of you're a Republican if you say anything against the Democrats.
Well, they did a sound over. That was a sound on sound, but we actually have the actual video in the next clip. So let's play this, and you can see the actual video of what happened. That wasn't really what happened.
I haven't seen this, so I'm happy.
This is what happened.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
come on, Charlamagne. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president. It's Joe Biden.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden. And I'm vice president. And my name is Kamala Harris.
Yeah, is she drunk?
I think that was pretty right on. So yeah,
I do too. She definitely came across like she was sauced.
Yeah, that's what it was. No offense, Vice President Harris.
Did I? Oh, I thought maybe I glitched again.
No, you didn't glitch. And you put this meme up here.
Yeah, this just dropped. You ain't black. You're a racist.
You're racist. Well, not really. So it looks like everybody loved that. We have now. This is a topic that we've all been talking about, and I know that Lucky Burrito mentioned it in the chats today over at the Jimmy Dore Show. So I clipped it.
Lucky, that was a good show.
That was a good show, and I just we're going to run it. Max Blumenthal called out Graham Elwood, and I think. And if I'm wrong, I think him and Graham Elwood got into it on the mandates. But I looked for a tweet, so maybe he didn't. But I'm just curious. But let me run this, and then we'll...
Yeah, go ahead and run it, and then we'll talk about it.
And then we'll talk about it.
And the kind of psychological satisfaction that bullies get as they expiate the abuse and trauma on people who remind them on people who are weaker than them. And they've sided with the establishment, and it must feel good for them to finally punch down on someone who's taking an unpopular stand. That is so sad to witness.
Well, it's
just speaking the truth about what happened to you from a medical procedure is somehow controversial because people are so scared and so cult-like and tribal, and they can't even talk about medicine in a nonpartisan way. And that's the people on the that consider themselves on the left. Again, people who voted for Joe Biden are not lefties. Joe Biden is an extreme right-winger in any other country in the world. He's not a lefty. He's not a centrist. Joe Biden is an extreme right-winger and a racist, by the way, if you'd like to know. I know that term gets thrown around a lot by people who call themselves Democrats and voted for Joe Biden as if they were voting against racism, when, of course, Joe Biden has been the biggest enemy of black and brown people and working people in general in this country in power. I
saw Graham Elwood do that a few days ago on Twitter. Someone talking about being injured by the vaccine and him just mocking them. Just like that is one of the saddest things to witness, is to see people getting mocked and attacked and ostracized because they have the temerity, they dare to say that they were injured by one of these vaccines. I mean, it's happened to some people. For most people, it hasn't happened. There's a professional mountain biker named Kyle Warner.
Yes.
Who's gone around the country, and I actually saw him at a press conference in Washington, who said that his career was ended because he got pericarditis. And he said the hardest thing of it was not having his career ended or the injury itself, but made to feel like he was nothing, that he had to shut up, and that he was a terrible person for going around and talking about it as though he were getting people killed.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad.
Yeah, I've had people say that to me. And by the way, I don't think there's
he doesn't know what to say. He wanted he wanted to respond, but he wanted to choose his words. And I've got another clip that he talked about later on, but in between that discussion, because Max brought up Graham Elwood, and I don't think he gave Jimmy a heads up on that or not. But I get the impression he didn't. What do you think?
Oh, come on. All of us have been in the green rooms talking about this for a long time, like, I don't know, 5-6 months now, of where do Jimmy and Graham stand now that Graham is punching down at all of these smaller channels that are questioning the mandate, and Jimmy didn't touch it. He did the same shit with TYT, to be fair. Remember, he didn't talk about Jake for years.
Yeah, for a long time.
He's very guarded about his friendships, and I think that's a good guy. I mean, he respects, even if where we don't agree, I'm not going to sit here and dog on you and talk shit about you, is basically what that was, by him going, but I was texting you as soon as I'm like, oh, he just asked him about Graham.
And I'm saying I already clipped it.
Yeah, well, I knew you were clipping it. And the thing is, and I'm sure that what you grabbed, because I haven't watched these, but I'm sure the next clip, you can tell that who Jimmy is talking about. He doesn't say he's talking about Graham, but he gets very fired up in a passionate rant, and you got it. You know who it's directed at.
Yeah, and to be honest, everybody, I didn't clip that part. What I clipped was the end where he was talking about Graham, because he was, in fact, talking about Graham and others in the body of that segment. So I'm going to play this clip. I've got so many things to say about this, but I'll tell you all. I have burned that copy. I've got that copy of when Graham came and shit on everybody that was opposed to the jabs. I'm keeping that for posterity.
Oh, good.
And I'm keeping it to remind myself that even those who we think are on our side, we're not going to agree with all the time. But that was ridiculous. And if I get a chance to ever talk to him, which I won't, I'll tell him that. And I don't know if he'll ever change. But this is the other part I clipped, and you'll see why I clipped it right here.
We got to push back. And as RFK Jr. said when we interviewed him on Rumble, he said you should commit an act of disobedience every day, whether it's talking to your neighbor or writing a letter to your congressman and pushing back again, or not go, or telling a restaurant or a business that asks for that's your pass code, you're not going to patronize those businesses who do that. And so you should do something every day. And I do this show. And so that's my contribution to trying to raise people's awareness about the truth of what's happening so that they can fight back in an informed, intelligent way, instead of repeating propaganda. And, I don't want to make people like Graham Elwood my enemy. He's not. Graham Elwood's, I love the guy, and he's my friend for 30 years, and he's a great guy. And so, I think that I'm not going to allow this to make Graham Elwood my enemy, or anybody who thinks differently about this. They're not my enemy. I was there. I was the same guy. I thought I was just as rigid as anybody thinking about this. I understand people who think like that. I know where it comes from because I was them. And so I can't condemn my former self as being I can only try to keep reaching out to people in a constructive way, if that's what I'm doing. I hope so. And to give them information. Like, I'm going to be sending everybody, all of my friends, who the Dr. Fauci book for Christmas. And hopefully they'll read it. What I find the problem is that people are bent on not getting informed about what's going on.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack in what he said, because I understand that too. Pre-2015, I was a rank and file dumbass Democrat who followed the narrative and never questioned anything. But where the problem is when somebody like Graham claims to be open-minded and does shows on conspiracy theories and blah, 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 yet he doesn't question this narrative at all. But I get why Jimmy doesn't want to attack his friend after all these years. And I'm just going to say my personal assessment, and I've done shows with Graham, and, he's been on some of our channels, and I know he's really good friends with the Natural Progressives channel. So I'm not ranking on anybody's friendships here, but boy, we sure veered in the fork in the road when all of this went down. And I think that the reason that he did was personal driven ego. I mean, he was a rising star, coming 2017, 16, he's doing Jimmy's show. He's out touring. And now everybody's locked down. He can't go out and tour. He can't make the money that he was making or he was projecting to make. And so in order to be able to get things back to normal, he got behind the mandate narrative. And I don't know, will he wake up to it? I hope so.
I hope he does.
Come
too.
on.
I hope he
question
does too.
some things.
Yeah, I've talked to him personally a little bit, and running engineering, I do that with some folks. But,
right. We've engineered quite a few shows.
But there's a lot of comments flying in the chat.
I know, because this has been one of those things that nobody wanted to touch on.
Yeah, and Jimmy, Steph, to her credit, fared very well. She handled the super chats because some of them were getting pretty brutal, and she wouldn't. They had the class of character not to diss Graham.
Yeah, they did, and that's classic character.
That's classy character. But again, I think that Graham lost his shit with that diatribe he did. I think it was 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
It was pretty horrible. It was pretty
Amber
insulting.
lost her shit. Remember the minute it happened?
Oh,
Amber
yeah.
was like,
yeah. And you ain't my daddy, Graham. But, if you want to talk and you want to be civil and quit telling me that I'm rubbing horse paste into my ass, I'll talk to you. And that's what pissed me off the most, I think, is he condescending, from wherever his ego is out there as far as being a popular star comedian, whatever. Right. But Jimmy, I felt if, and I took these clips. I didn't get permission from the Jimmy Dore show, but I did clip them. And I'm not dissing on Jimmy. As a matter of fact, Jimmy and Steph, I hold them in high regard. And I will say again, they've got more class of character than the people who are attacking them by far. By far. And Jimmy's not right on everything. Nobody's right on everything. But I'll take Jimmy Dore's side on majority of what's going on because he's talking about this stuff. And he's asking the questions that need to be asked, whether you like it or not. So again, what else?
I know, Lucky. Hang in there.
I'm not.
He made TikTok videos about me. Yeah, my daughter's been making TikTok videos about me too. TikTok's a vile fucking place.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that all too attacking our friends and family. That's classless, and
it's totally classless, and it's all fucking ego driven.
Yeah,
and
it is.
There's so many little stupid splinter facets within this movement that all spun out of Bernie. You know,
I hope I never do that.
This is fucking high school. I hate that it's high school.
Yeah.
There's the truth and there is not the truth.
Yeah.
You either love the truth and you seek the truth everywhere and anywhere that it is, not just in the fact check places that they suggest, or you fucking don't, you know?
Yeah, you can disagree with me all you want, but don't shit on me, because that's not what I intend to do. And if I do, let me know and I will apologize. I don't mean to do that. What else I got out of that?
Oh, you'll know it if I'm shitting on you.
That's all right. You can. You have my permission.
That's so rude.
But
we got to get moving.
We're moving. Yeah, we're gonna move. We're lightening the show up from here. But I did want to tell you, I did catch that Ron is no longer doing the show with Jimmy. He's moved on to do some other things.
Lee Camp's the one that hurts me, because I thought Lee Camp was a hell of a lot more awake.
Yeah,
and he's been doing.
I don't know what the fuck's
I gotta say,
going on.
I've pretty much cut ties with Lee Camp since I don't watch any of his stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to be a diehard Lee Camp.
Yeah. And this whole between force the vote and the jab has really divided us up. And Jimmy left the door open for Ron to come back on the show, and I'm sure he's doing the same with Graham. But I tell you what, Graham, you got a lot of apologizing to do, buddy. Truly, I think you do. I think you do. It's your responsibility.
I still like Lee Camp, don't get me wrong, but I'm just turned off by him doing shows with Graham, because I think if Graham doesn't get it, then how can he hang out with somebody who doesn't get it?
I agree. And I'm sorry that they've been so mean to some of our sisters and brothers, particularly Lucky and Steve. I know you guys are passionate about your position too. Fully respect it. And he's got the star clout where he shouldn't have been doing that shit. So you should have let it roll.
No,
anyway,
I disagree with people all the time. I don't go make TikTok videos and fucking talk shit on about me.
Yeah, I've been calming down. A few years ago, I was pretty cranky, but
you have calmed down. I think having this vehicle to vent has
I think we all need that, and we got to be fair. So. But now
finally I need to smoke
a break.
My bowl, it's been a stress show.
It's been a stress show. We crashed and everything else. Steve Cutler live. Steve did that just for our chats tonight. Special one. Thank you, Steve. You are wonderful.
Leo.
And Lucky and Leo and Peaches. And I reformatted it a little bit. It looks a little different. So we've got Gone a Wandering with Steve Cutler live. Here we go. See if it goes.
Another day has come and gone, and I can't figure what went wrong. Mockingbird keeps mocking me. She locked me out and lost the key. And I've gone wandering again, and I'm out the door. I'm walking by myself down the street like a night before. I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me, ramble on. And every day is just a dream, and you're stuck inside the great machine. Work your job, spend your pay. Baby, no one hears a fucking word you say. And I've gone wandering again, and I'm out the door. I'm walking by myself down the street like the night before. I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me, ramble on. Yeah. Seen the sun, I felt the rain. People I busted loose, my old ball and chain. I seen the man You know what I see? Tell you it's just like you and it's just like me. And I've gone wandering again. And I'm out the door, I'm walking by myself down the street like the night before. And I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me to ramble on. I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me to ramble on. It keeps telling me to ramble on. Keeps telling me to ramble on. My head keeps telling me to ramble on. My head keeps telling me to ramble on.
Thank you, Steve.
So awesome. I just get to chill, recenter.
No, I'm curious. It makes me want to do my Zen stuff listening to Steve. It's just,
You got really quiet. Why are you so quiet?
I don't know why I'm quiet. I usually
you're away from your mic.
I was away from my mic. That's terrible. Anyway, I wanted to, before we get moving on, thank you again, Steve Cutler and Lucky. We love you guys.
Yes.
Sorry you have to put up with the shit you do. We have to put up with it. Everybody gets to put up with it these days. It's all high school. AREM, you dropped this a while back. I finally got my Rockfin screen open again. AREM, thank you for the Super Ray. Chop Suey, Kashama Sawant, best of the best, and Beauty and the Boomer for life. Thank you, AREM. We so appreciate that.
I'm going to put that on my tombstone.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, this is where we're at on everything. Moving forward, we've got the fun part. The dance-off is coming. Don't run away.
Yeah.
You're going to love this dance-off. Shanda's going to kick my ass.
God. It is so bad. It is so raunchy. This is definitely after dark dance-off.
Yeah, it is bad. And you brought this. You want to read this out while I get ready for
maybe I'll get some food at the campfire. What's the worst thing that could happen 10,000 years later?
I think that's okay. I'm all for that. So, and you got Stoner Corner here. What do you got here?
Stoner Corner. Whether you are pro or anti-cannabis, freedom is the issue. If we all truly are free, then you would not be begging the government to allow you to smoke a plant. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you can read that, yeah.
Yeah, I had to move it. I had put that cool one there. Okay, so me, after finishing every small task, I deserve a blunt. I do. I do that all day long. Like, oh, Kevin, do the dishes, then I'll smoke a bowl. No, let's smoke a bowl before you do the dishes, and then I'll smoke one after. Hangovers are God's way of saying you should have smoked weed instead.
Yeah, exactly so. Exactly.
Not mixed. I'll never forget the first time I mixed. It was my 21st birthday, or the night before my 21st birthday, and I had been drinking out of rum and cokes all day, and somebody brought over a big joint. And I had never got the spins before from smoking, but I probably was never that hammered when I started smoking. I wanted off the world, man. For hours I spun. It was terrible.
Well, my experience with the spins was a carburetor mask with a tie stick in it.
Yeah.
Tie stick and carburetor. I was hallucinating. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
You can't hallucinate. You can't get that.
Yeah. Well, it's that time everybody's been waiting for, and we have the After Dark.
This is truly a pole dance tonight.
This is a pole dance. And Chanda, get your scorecards out. We're all rooting for you, Chanda.
Yeah. I lost last week.
We're tied up now, right?
I lost last week, so I told Oz I better bring it this week because I'm tired of losing. That's like 3 in a row. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to lose again tonight.
No way, man. You're bringing it this week.
I know. You got it hands down.
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll see. But please, clutch your pearls for season 30.
Loud. Woo! Woo! Look at those moves. you can't do a 30-second pole dance, so they're 2 minutes.
I know. Woo!
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm blushing.
Ow!
Wow, I got in great shape for that video. I just gotta say,
I
the
can tell.
athleticism was impressive with that dance.
Shit, you brought your Cirque du Soleil down with that pole too, man. That was really great. Do I even stand a chance, Chanda?
Oh my god! If you guys thought that this was bad, just freaking wait to see what Oz brought for him.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go.
After dark.
After dark.
You're gonna give Parquet a heart attack.
Cookie, I'm a cookie monster. Break your back, crack it open like a lobster. I killed a pussy digger. She grabbed the wood like ribbon. I told her put it in my I love to lick the middle like an Oreo. Turn up Oreo, like an Oreo. I wanna bite it and get inside it till I get you gone. Like an Oreo. Lick the middle like an Oreo. Oreo, like an Oreo. I wanna bite it and get inside it.
Oz brought a skate game. Yeah, I've seen it.
Ain't nothing sweeter than you. I'ma eat it up, beat it up, till you holler out troops. My bed could be your stage, and I'ma make you a star. Your legs in the air, my hands all off up in your cookie jar. Yeah, I'm hitting that spot on your map, that's me going on tour. My time for Joe Discavali, that's clothes all on the floor. You throwing ass, I'm catching it, the niggas keeping score. Louis Armstrong, I pick you up, eat that against the door like an Oreo. I wanna bite it and get inside it till I get you gone. You wanna know how I get down? You wanna know how I get down? You wanna know how I'm the best and can do all this with my mouth?
Just the song alone. I know he brought his damn A game tonight, didn't he? Made me cry. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to save this for best dance off highlights.
This is definitely one of the best dances. You know, for New Year's and Christmas, I want to go back over the last year of shows and kind of highlight some of our funniest stuff from Beauty and the Boomer. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have a dance off on New Year's. So we'll bring the best of our dance off, and you guys will tell us which ones.
Oh
won.
God, you're gonna make me work.
So this right now, I think this is going to be the number one one. So
yeah, we'll probably have to encore it on New Year's. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Thai. Yeah, everybody like Thai. Yeah, that one was man.
I'll take a tie too. I think.
Yeah, everybody's screaming tie.
I think so. I think it was pretty well
I can't
balanced.
choose non-vote. Yeah, everybody's voting present.
Oh my God, present. Yeah, that was rough.
Oh, I got Shanda. I got one.
You got one. You got one.
I know. Oz got a couple too, though.
Yeah, Jim.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Kaladin, yeah, tie. Yeah,
that made me laugh so hard. I needed that. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you, everybody. We're going to call it a tie. So we're still tied 1-1, but we're going to save that for the best ofs. And it's Hollywood time. Yeah. I had a review for The Critical Drinker, but it was too long. So next week, maybe.
Yeah, I cut a couple of things just because we crashed. So for time, I had to cut a few things out of here. But the one main important thing I want to give you an update on is Oz. I don't remember what day you chose for the bet, but the Ghislaine defense rested.
Really?
They rested on Friday.
Wow.
So on Thursday, we hear that they have 35 witnesses. They're fighting with the judge to get people in, all of that. And basically what it came down to is a ruling earlier in the case. The judge said basically that, no, your witnesses have to do with this portion. They can't testify to this. And then the defense threw a fit and said, well, fine. If that's the case, then the defense is done and we rest. So we're moving into closing arguments. So this ought to be fun. I think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be over before Christmas.
Yeah, I said the first week of January, I think.
Yeah, we were all saying the first week of January. Yeah, I said mid-January. With what the defense said they had and what the prosecution said they had in all of the papers that we have seen, you would think you'd need a 6-week trial. But no, we're wrapping this fucker up in 10 days. So 94% of people polled think that this is a sham court job. This is bread and circus.
Yeah, it is. It is bread and circuses. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it is what it is. First week of January, I'm still calling it. Times Person of the Year. In good company with Ann Coulter and Adolf Hitler.
So wait, which one's Times Person of the Year, Ghislaine or Elon?
I think it's going to be Elon. It is Elon, I think.
It is Elon, but I'm joking.
This is a mock-up, right? So yeah. Well, maybe I should have refaced those with Ann Coulter and Ghislaine Mack. Sorry, Ann, I don't like you.
I'm picking on Ann.
Isn't that terrible? She's not here.
Oh, come on.
Herself.
Yes. Well, she's vile. We've known she's vile for 20 years.
Horribly vile. Anyway, you made a special one for the show tonight. What is this?
Yeah, I make a new one every week.
Okay, let's play it.
But you're gonna like this one.
Geralt.
Oh shit.
Yes. You never get involved.
How much did you say he was making? You sent me some kind of message telling me how much he was getting paid.
For the first season of The Witchers, he was making close up towards $400,000 per episode.
And I said, "That's okay. He's sexy."
Now, well, no. That after I told you what he's getting per episode now, $1 million a pop.
Wow.
For 40 minutes, 43 minutes, $1 million a pop. And you said that's okay. He's sexy. I wish the guy, the first thing I saw him in was The Count of Monte Cristo with Jim Chavalis and that other guy. And he played the son, the bastard son. And I knew he was going places, but I didn't know he's going to end up being the Witcher.
Well, he'd been in other stuff too, because when he popped up on this, I knew I recognized him from other things.
Yeah. Superman and all that stuff.
Right.
And he's he's a couple of Netflix series. He's got 3 gigs going out. The guy's just rolling in dough. Is in great shape. He needs to take care of himself. We got a movie. What is this?
It's the hair. I'm telling you.
It's the hair. It's the hair and the pecs. What are you talking about? Just the hair. The pecs too, man. The guy, he can do that bouncy thing. He does it better than The Rock. So anyway.
We got a short little movie. This is called The Shadow.
The Shadow.
Maybe it's My Shadow.
I'm gonna pull the plug. Here we go.
After the beep. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Ouch.
You see my message there?
Yeah.
It's the holidays. Pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Don't carry all that hurt and anger and resentment around. Reach out to your loved ones.
Yeah, really. Life's too short, so get it together, guys. Yes, Snorky, Enola Holmes. Yeah, I didn't watch that, but it looked like it was good. Was it good, Snorky? I'll watch it if on your suggestion. Recommendation. Fashion. I brought fashion this week. Of course, I brought fashion.
Does that woman have rainbow-colored armpits?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Rainbow-colored armpits. That's really, armpit hair has been a topic of discussion with a lot of people, and my wife doesn't get that, why people shave their armpits, but ladies, so I don't know.
Right, it's a cultural thing. It
Yeah,
really
it is a culture. And then we've got some rather stunning footwear there.
Those creep me out.
Those creep you out? The 6 gun with the hooves on it?
When you know biblical script, there's a lot of talk about the, cloved hoof, split hoofed animals.
Yeah. What's with the shoes down there with the bare naked feet things, whatever?
I had a pair almost like that. They weren't as high, they weren't platform, but they were plastic and see-through. And when I would wear them, my feet would sweat and they would steam up.
So who the hell, what you said in the green room, who would wear those? Stephanie Bracamonte or Lady Gaga? Or
Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I like that
She'd
hat.
probably wear those other ones with the hoofs.
Yeah, the hoofs and the meat dress, whatever. I like the hat, the old RP hat, and then the carousel outfit's nice. That's kind of neat.
I can't wait for that to leave the runway and become an everyday look at Target.
Yeah, I think so. That probably would be. But I do like the one with the skulls around there. Now
I can't wait till that knockoff makes it to Walmart.
Yeah, that's a good one. I could wear that for,
Is that a Roman gladiator? It's just they re-styled it.
I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's Celtic.
It's like they took a football helmet from the 20s and then they took the little red fringe thing that's on the top of the gladiator helmets and hey, voila.
Looks like the ribbon off my front door stuck on a strainer for my spaghetti. I don't know what the hell.
Fashion.
Fashion. Anyway, we're getting ready to head out. What's announcements tonight? What do we got here?
Wow, I guess tomorrow we have a big show here on Roar because Brave New Future, Amber King, and myself are going to talk to Ryan Christensen from The Last American Vagabond.
That's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I've got to get my butt out of bed and get to that. That should be good. And we've got the dive on Monday, and I hope I have the RFK book read by Monday or listened to.
Well, you can at least read quite a few chapters of it. I mean, somebody had the book yesterday that I, hung out with for a little bit, so I managed to read a few chapters. And
yeah. I'll try and get it all in. I really, it's 300. You said 300 some odd pages.
I think so. It's a pretty thick book.
Okay, I'll try and get it all in because I really like to read something before I talk about it. I'll do my best. And then what do we got going? We got Christmas coming up. We got Wednesday. I don't think we've got anything Wednesday. We had a great show with Jimmy Sunderland and Craig Pastajardula on Wednesday and Amber King. That was the political juggler. That was just throwing a name on it. And then Amber King had a terrifically depressing show again last night. I learned a lot. And then next Saturday is... What is next Saturday? That's a day off.
Next Saturday is Christmas, and we're going to do our big Beauty and the Boomer stay at home, sit in for Christmas. I'm coming in my Christmas pajamas, and I will be burned out from this week's hustle and bustle, and it should be a fun show, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good show. We're gonna play around. It's going to be an easygoing show as long as the meteorite doesn't hit or if the gendarmes don't come and carry us away. So that's where we're going to go here. Then we're about out of here. We want you to know, just check out our link tree if you'd like to throw us some of that change
in
that
the
you
link
find
below.
Yeah, and I'll even take the change off the floor of a taxi cab. We've got.
I ain't too proud.
I ain't too proud. What are we going out with? Jess Clark. Is this?
This is Christmas Wrapping, the Waitresses cover. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Well, thank you, Chanda. Tell Al I apologize for running over.
Hey, he knows we had tech issues.
We had tech issues. And thank you, everybody in the chat. Let me check the Rockfin really quick.
The Rockfins got him.
Everybody. I'm going to call out so many. I want to thank Anthony, Alwalski, Arem, Kate, of course, as usual. Thank you so much, all of you. And
Yes.
Chanda, I will see you in the morning. We're going to go out, and this is Jay Clark. Have a great evening, everybody. Get some rest. It's going to be a long week, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Long
We'll see you on Monday, too.
Monday for the
Bye.
evening dive.
Picture frozen landscape, chill this room for 24 days. Evergreens, sparkling snow, get this winter over with. Flashback to springtime, saw him again. Would have been good to go for lunch. Couldn't agree when we're both free. We tried, we said we'd keep in touch. Turning the course till summertime. Out to the beach to his boat, could have joined him. No, this time it was me. Sunburn in the 3rd degree. Now the calendar's just one page, and of course I am excited. Tonight's the night I've said my mind, not to talk too much about it. this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Couldn't miss this one this year. Merry Christmas.